All right, what's up, folks? Welcome to Foreign and Domestic. It is good to be here. Good to see everyone popping in the side chat. And with that being said, Alan, please, sir, get us started off right.
Absolutely. Once it stops doing that.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Awesome, awesome. How you doing, man?
I'm a doing. It's been one heck of a week. Only did like 72 hours at work. So yeah, I've had a lot of free time.
Sounds like it. Jamie, how you doing,
Are
man?
you the only one that's talking, or is my audio messed up? I'm just curious.
Um, we can barely hear you, Mario.
Oh, okay. You hear me now?
A little bit. No, I've been better than I deserve. Not as good as I want, but yeah, I kind of get it, and I'm kind of jealous of Garage Guy 879 who's been laid up on his fat behind all weekend doing nothing. I'm talking about if he's been on the couch sleeping and nodding in and out, watching who knows what on TV. And if a snake come up beside him, he wouldn't hit a lick at it. It just had to bite him. So
Can you guys hear
yeah,
me better now?
Dang.
I'm telling you, man, this life is good, guys. I'm telling you. Thanks for having me, man. Let's have some fun.
Can you guys hear me?
A little bit more now.
Yeah, it's still a little low. Daniel, how you doing, man?
All doing okay. Just keeping as busy as I can. I got about half my naps in this week. So, you know, I'll chalk that up as a good week.
Only half, huh?
Yeah. The
You
rest
you,
time,
you,
pardon?
you did find a nice set of sheds, though, didn't you?
Well, me and the wife had been out. I went out one day without her and she chewed me out for going out without her one time. So we've been going out together since. And so far, every time we've gone out, we haven't done a lot of walking, but we've found sheds normally as we're walking out of the woods and along the field edge and just trying not to step on them. Like tonight, she picked up a little, a half a rack from a basket rack. Had three on the side. It was like 2 feet to my left. Of course, I'm looking for the big ones, and she just went up there, yoink, and grabbed it. But we found four sheds and two dead bucks here so far. And we're running about 50-50 on the fines. We're finding about the same amount. No one's pulled out ahead of the other one yet. I was showing
Keyword
these,
yet.
yeah. I was showing the guys here earlier the one that got away this year that I took a shot at and missed. But yeah, this one got away. I measured it out with an 18-inch spread and it came out to 136 inches. So to next year it should be at least 150 class or higher. And she found one shed about the same size of those. So next year we know minimum we're going to have two really nice bucks running around as long as they don't get hit by a car, eaten by coyotes, poached, or struck by lightning.
You know, I'd hate to think I missed something that dang big.
At 20 yards.
Yeah, that's a total brain fart, dude.
I'm just wondering, did the bullet hit a small twig or branch and deflect? But yeah,
Too much coffee, too many cigarettes.
No, I sat my cigarette down before I took the shot.
Sounds like a bunch of excuses, don't it?
No,
See,
that
that's where
ain't no. I
see
put the
that
cigarette down before I shot.
that's
You
where
know,
you screwed up. You should have kept the cigarette in your mouth. You would have hit it.
Only
Yeah.
you can permit forest fires.
yeah. But thanks for having me on tonight.
Absolutely, man. Garage guy, what's going on, man?
Well, there ain't been one single thing going on. Like I told y'all earlier, this has been one of the laziest weekends I've had in ages. And Jamie, if that snake was to come up beside of me on the couch, I would look at that snake and say, before you bite me, slither into the kitchen and get me something to drink out of the fridge. That's how lazy I've been this weekend.
Decent weather out at least.
Do what?
We had some decent weather.
Yeah, actually, it got up to about 60 here today, a little chillier yesterday. I went out earlier and got me something to eat and rode around a little bit and just got back to the house a little while ago. It's supposed to be nice all week here, up in the 70s by Thursday, around 75. Hopefully,
Damn.
I'll be out and get to shoot a few more shooting segments for some videos coming up.
Nice. Good deal, man. Bean, how you doing, man?
He's asleep. Mario, unmute your mic.
Sorry guys, I'm having all kinds of audio problems. Let me log back out and try to come back in.
All right. All right. Rob, what's going on with you, buddy? How you doing?
I'm alive. How's it going, guys? I had a little excitement yesterday. Electrical fire in between my ceiling and the attic. So that was interesting. All started with a breaker popping, and funny smell. Did not smell like a fire or electronics or anything like that. Come to find out, it was smoldering insulation and the beginning of a rafter and some floorboards. So, that was a crazy moment. Lady's screaming she's gonna call the fire department. I'm telling her no. Running up, tearing floorboards out, pulling insulation, dousing stuff, telling her to, get the downstairs watertight in a sense, and basically got it all put out, handled, and rewired. Not exactly sure what the hell started it. It was Rollmax wire in an area, no junctions, nothing, just no idea. Uh, kind of weird. So I don't know. Some bad luck, I guess, but at the same time, some good luck. So managed to save it. I'm not sure if you guys know what the fire department actually does to your house when they show up. So I'm proud that I didn't have to deal with that because I got to sleep in my bed last night instead of throwing it out. So yeah, just kind of recovering and glad to everything's in one piece. So besides that, taking it easy today. Try and recover before work tomorrow. But yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for
man. Glad you're all right, dude.
yeah, me too. It was a lot of smoke. Thankfully I got a respirator, close and whatnot, and was able to get that while I was working because it was kind of like you know, I don't know, working blind at points. So especially until I got the window is open, and he had it to try to ventilate some of it as well. So, but it's some pretty nasty stuff. But like I said, I got lucky and caught it and saved it. So just something to think about this time of year. I don't know. Again, I can't narrow down exactly what happened, what caused it. There was a melted portion of the roll mac, so something must have shorted out inside. There's no screws, no attachments next to it, nothing. So I have no idea. But keep an eye out. That's all I can say. Kill the chat already.
And that's pretty dang scary, buddy. I ain't kidding you.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Heck yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, man. I don't know what the heck is going on with my stuff here.
Jamie, you got an echo.
What's that?
Echo,
Sounded like
echo,
Jamie
echo.
had an echo.
Oh, you got an echo. Okay, hold on a minute.
Somebody. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing okay, guys. I appreciate the invite. Let me fix this situation with my microphone. I'll come right back.
Try it now. Am I echoing?
No.
I didn't think it was me.
Yeah, it was Mario when he came back.
Oof.
Rookies.
Yeah. Well, no, Mario ain't that good.
That was sarcasm, Jamie.
Yeah.
Just to fire Mario up, that's all.
Oh, don't use the word fire.
Yeah, what were you talking shit? I heard you.
Yeah.
Well, are you talking shit?
But you're a rookie because you brought the echo in.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah. Oh, and he left again. All he's got to do is just stay on the stream or StreamYard and go with where the chat is and mute that.
I just sent him backstage. He didn't leave again.
Oh, okay. So maybe Mario take those instructions and fix it then.
No.
Oh, he left that time though. Unfortunately, we have somebody a lot worse. I'd like to welcome the professional amateur.
There's nothing better than being welcome and feeling welcome.
I've been missing you, Val.
I know. I was missing you guys too. It's just there's kind of too much going on. I don't really have a whole lot of place to do these chats right now. Another month or so, hopefully the things will clear up.
Okay.
Sure, that new girl is anti-gun, and that's what this is about. You turning on his phone.
She's not anti-gun, but she's got like a tenant. They're living in Longford. It's I gotta do a giveaway with her. None of you motherfuckers entered my giveaway. Everybody's too lazy.
Because you fucking suck. That's why, fucker.
Oh, fuck you. I'll give it away nicer knife than you ever saw in your entire life, you dumbass.
Oh, da. Hey, by the way, I really like how you look like the fucking Slavic fucking 007. I love that. That was great.
You can't even pronounce it.
You talking about the giveaway you had to like buy into? For
No, you don't have to buy it. You were supposed to do. You were supposed to do a video response. Load 10 bullets in the magazine. That's it. Reach into the thing and pull up 10 bullets. Go watch it.
Hey, did you press the SAP button? Because we can't understand what the fuck you're saying. That's why.
Oh, look who's talking.
First time I'm hearing about the giveaway.
I always did a bunch of videos on it. So anyway, I had two guys that entered, reloading from the hot pod and some other guy that I don't know. It was the only two videos so far. So, I'm guessing they have a pretty good chance of winning.
Well, I just think you need to put a link out there so we can get some action over on that thing.
I'm on my phone. Scott, are you on your computer? Or Alan? Look up Microtech
Yeah,
giveaway.
you're asking too much from Val right now. Okay, that's just too
Yeah,
much.
give me a
That's
second.
too much technology for him.
I'll help him out. Hang on.
I'm on the phone outside walking the dog, so there's only so much I can do.
Hey, Rob, I think you're right. The woman is taking up all of his time. She's not anti-gun. She's just got him right there, like that.
Probably.
Nah, it's really not. It's really not the case. I mean, I do try to spend more time with her than my ex-wife, but I'm finally building the last house. I was chasing the money, so now I'm working. There's a lot more shit going on in my life that I give out, and a lot more than that I can't even talk about.
So you got your last house. You're done building there now.
No. It's framed up. It's been sitting since Christmas. And finally, a week ago, we started working. I mean, I still work a little bit, did some plumbing and stuff, but I was waiting for the money coming in. So I finally closed on the loan last week, and now the money's pouring on my account like water. And we finally seeing a big progress. So hopefully by May, it's going to be on the market.
Well, good. So are you going to build another one after this one?
Not in New York.
That's what I wanted to hear.
This is my last project in New York. I'm going down to South Carolina, Clinton House next weekend. Actually, I'm going down to Charlotte. I'm gonna spend some time with Quarterboy 32, and me and him going down to South Carolina to Clinton House for the PSA, Greet and Meet. And then probably a month from now, I'm gonna take a ride down to Tennessee and start looking for some projects over there once this house is sold.
Hey, this Coda Boy 32 do you speak of? Does he make videos?
He used to. Yeah, not anymore. He's just too big of a YouTuber. He's like a Mr. Beast. He don't have to make videos. He can live off the videos he made for the next decade.
There, Alan got it.
Check it out.
He does all this traveling, but yet he can't meet up with a fellow New Yorker for dinner.
Because he doesn't want to eat your salad, bro.
He knows you're a
No. I'm sorry, Rob. It's gonna happen. The shooting season's starting again. I won't be shooting in New York. I'm gonna be shooting in Pennsylvania. So I'll be shooting up at the club that's close to your neck of the woods. So we'll meet up. Another few weeks, and I'm gonna try to shoot at least 2 matches every month. So I'll be up that way. We'll meet up. We'll figure it out. It's not easy being me.
This guy's so full of shit. I swear to God.
Oh, he's a fucking comedian.
So Val, what are you doing? 2-gun?
Nah, I'm gonna stick with the USPSA around here. I really want to shoot more 3-gun, so I gotta look into that. But there's no decent 3-gun around what I'm shooting, so gonna have to wait probably another year till I'm finally down south. I bought a 30-round drum magazine for my shotgun, for my open shotgun. When I was in Pennsylvania in Harrisburg for the Great American Outdoor Show, there was this company, and what's it called, Orthos or something like that. They make those Benelli M4 clones, and they're making AR style shotgun, but right now they're making just a short barrel version. Supposed to come with a 16-inch barrel as well, and they make a 30 round magazine. So I had a decent discount, so I ordered one. Haven't seen it yet because obviously they couldn't have it shipped to New York, so I gotta wait till I get to my sister's house in PA. But it sure looks sick. Did I lose you all?
No, you're still there, buddy. We got you.
Oh, sorry, you put me to sleep. What'd you say?
Ah, well, anything that requires any attention will put you to sleep. You got attention span of the snail.
Yeah, there's a few places out there, G, that are weird on how they ship stuff. I had tried to place an order with one company out here, and I'm in a free state, and they wouldn't ship here. It was bullshit. I forget which one it was.
Yeah, classic
I
firearms like
don't.
that too. Sometimes on some things.
Yeah, I don't really have a problem getting stuff shipped to PA. Didn't really have any issues with that. By the way, if anybody is looking to buy something from Geisley, triggers, uppers, ARs, hook me up or look me up. I still have a bunch of 35% off since shot, so I'm pretty sure they're still good.
Val, the giving person.
The Geisley makes uppers.
Yeah, oh, they make the whole ARs, but you can buy uppers too.
Hmm.
Problem is, they half the time they're out of stock. I actually have their SD 3-gun trigger sitting in a box at my sister's house. I was gonna replace my Timney trigger with my second AR that I built in the 300 Blackout. That was actually a real abomination because that one's built with a fixed 10 round magazine. So I gotta take all that shit off.
There's a lot of places that got sales going on right now as far as AR components and stuff. There's tons of them going on.
And anybody looking for ammo, go to my website. I got a bunch of links over there for PSA. They're running good stuff on ammo. Unlike companies like Fast Ammo and what's the other company? They send you an email with a ridiculous sale on a 5.56. They're gonna have 20 round boxes for like freaking $5, and then when you add 1,000 rounds into your cart and you go pay for it, they're gonna charge you $160 for shipping.
No.
Yeah, I kind of send them an email making sure it's not a mistake, and I got the email. Oh, it's calculated, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, okay. So in other words, you're gonna lure me in at a low price and then make it up on the shipping. Got it.
Got to screw you one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus, it's tax return season too, so yeah, they're going to be trying to get what they can.
I only deal with companies that have free shipping. Spend X amount, shipping's free.
well, it boils down to a price. Like I buy my 77 grain from PSA, that OTM AAC ammo, because I swear by it, and I try to get a couple hundred rounds like every time that it goes on sale. So I stock up, and their shipping is nothing. Shipping is like $12. You can get 1,000 rounds shipped for $12. So as long as the price is right, I don't mind paying shipping. Free shipping, is good, but if you're paying, almost 50 cents a round opposed to 41, 42, then you know.
Got to put that new woman to work. Get a loading for you.
Yeah, no, I mean, my whole press is everything is, right now, my entire life possessions are in a 20-foot shipping container. So it's kind of, I mean, I have a press set up. I can load a 9 mil, but it's tough because I got to run like 200 feet of extension cord just to get the power in there. So, I mean, I did do some loading. I got a bunch of 9 mil loaded, and I'm just trying to buy, especially 5.56 whenever I get something semi decent. I even went as far as sign up for the Ammo Square. You guys ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I sign up for that, set the budget, and have them put some ammo away every month. Figure it's gonna be at least another year till I'm gonna be back to what I was before divorce, 100%. So I figure I might as well stack up as much as I can. I mean, I don't see ammo drastically going down in the price.
Do you hear that, Daniel? Do you hear that sound? I know you know what that is. What is that sound?
Wambulance.
Oh, there it is.
Well, no, I was sitting here thinking, okay, a year from now, Val should be all set up in Tennessee. That's what I heard. And you know what else I heard when he's saying he's going to be all set up? Because all set up means he's going to have a shooting range and everything like that, and guests ready to show up.
Oh, he's gonna
That's
have a nice
Yeah,
lodge. He's gonna have a nice lodge for us and all that too.
yeah.
yeah. I have to hit a lot of first for that. I don't think I'm gonna be set up like that, but I meant set up reloading wise and shooting wise the way I was 2 years ago before this whole bullshit started.
I
I
just
got a
heard him
lot of
said again he is going to be set up for shooting and stuff. So that means he's going to be ready to go.
What I heard is this new girl's going to be set up with a Beamer and a condo.
no, I'm not doing that mistake again. Fuck that. No. New girl's got her own condo and her own freaking car. The only thing she wants from me is my company. She doesn't want any money. She doesn't want anything. She wants my company. That's it. So
So she's permanently drunk.
whatever it takes.
She's blind and deaf. She don't have to look at him or hear him.
No, those are Allen's ex-wives, blind and deaf.
Hey, they're a different breed in Iowa.
Yeah, they're Sasquatches.
You got to take what you can get.
I mean, when
That's
you go to
okay.
the checkout and the lady's got a bigger mustache than you.
Yeah. The last action Allen seen was from a camel.
Hey, look, it could be worse. These days, you gotta be careful because the girl can have a bigger dick than you.
Hey, but you know what, Daniel? That camel left a lasting impression.
Yep, it left its mark.
That was witty. Yes.
What's wrong, Allen? Too soon? It's been a couple of years now.
No, actually, I'm sitting here debating on if a PMC X tack. So I'm talking 5.56, 55 grain, regular boat tail, metal jacketed. If PMC X tack would be a better option at 45 cents a round, or go ahead and go with the Lake City 55 grain boat metal jacketed hollow for 59 cents a round.
The cheaper the better. 55 grand, get the cheapest crap that you can find. There's some Turan or something like that, and floating around you can get for about 39 to 41 cents a round. I think ammunitiondepot.com or one of those websites that have that. You probably that's good because all you're gonna use a 55 for is a plinking ammo shooting out to what 200-300 yards. So it absolutely makes no freaking difference. Get a cheap crap as long as it goes bang. PMC I had good experience with, so I would definitely go with the cheaper option.
So have you actually had any time to get out and do any shooting, Alan?
I honestly haven't had any time to get out and do any shooting as of recent. I have not. Just what little time I do have off, it's either sleep or try and take care of the house, which hasn't been succeeding very well. And just catching up on sleep and medical appointments has pretty much been my existence outside of work.
Right. The weather's starting to warm up over there.
Finally, this week, we had one good blizzard come through, and now it's currently like up in the 40s. It's actually that's a lie. The real feel is 35. No, it's 58. It actually is really, really nice this week. But it's supposed to get nasty again towards next weekend, of course, because I work from 5 in the morning till 7, 8 o'clock at night, all week. So of course the shitty weather has to be here during the weekend.
Right. Yeah, Wednesday it was pouring rain, and then was talking to someone at work, I forget who it was, and they're like, "Yeah, it's supposed to rain the rest of the weekend or whatever." And I get up Thursday morning to go to therapy, and I get up and fucking snowing again, and probably a 30-degree drop in temperature. That was crazy.
Yeah, we had what they called a blizzard, but it was basically just ice fell from the sky, and it stayed for quite a while. It was not pleasant, let me tell you.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Next Friday and Saturday, it's going to be in the 70s.
I'll wait to see that.
Stop bragging.
Because right now it's only the highest it's been out here was it hit 50 the other day.
Yeah,
that was the highest I've seen yet, and it was almost kilt weather. It felt so damn nice outside.
Well, today it's 53.
It's a hell of a lot warmer than inside.
Yeah, it's been high day 53, and the rest of the week it's going to be in the 60s until Friday, when it's going to hit 70.
Well, it's definitely going to be in the 70s next weekend when I'm in South Carolina.
Then you got Mario out there in California where it's like 72 degrees all year round.
Look at him.
You just got to watch out for the fires and then the mudslides. Yeah, but you pay for that, Mario, by living in a communist state.
Yeah, I pay by dealing with morons that don't know how to run a state with the 5th largest economy. Yes, I know.
Yep.
Yeah, right now the best deal that I can find on 556, and it's not because of my taxes came in, because in all actuality, my taxes came in and I had just about to go enough money to go see a movie. That was about it.
All your money went to Ukraine. Congratulations.
Right, exactly. And to those gender studies in some country I've never heard of. Yeah, but right now the least expensive 556 at 55 grain that I can find is at 45 cents a round, for even bulk.
Yeah, it might be better to just try reloading.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at prices of ammo in a long time. I get emails every day, but I just kind of glance through them. If I see something that jumps out at me, I'll look at it. But
well, the only reason why I'm looking at buy factory is, one, when I shoot with other people, I tend to not use my reloads. I'll run factory when I'm shooting with other people, and two, I honestly just haven't had the time. By the time I get home, the only thing I want to do is shove some food down my gut and crash. So I just honestly just haven't had the time.
I'll stop over to Hot Munitions tomorrow there, Pete, and I'll see what they're going for 5.56, right? I'll see how much they're charging per round and what kind of shipping cost for you, and I'll text you.
Yeah, 5.56, 55 grand. It's just plain. It just regular freaking 5.56. I don't. For some reason, I don't run 223. I definitely prefer the 5.56 over 223. I know I can, but I don't. I just don't even when I'm looking to buy ammo. I'm not going to buy 223. I'm going to buy 5.56.
Okay. Okay. How many rounds are you looking to buy? 5,000, 10,000?
Yeah, it just depending on price. I was thinking 4,000 or 5,000.
Okay. All righty. I had a manufacturer open up the street from me. Good guys up there. If a Scotsman ever comes down again, I was going to take him over. No rebuttal. He must have stepped out.
Yeah, sorry, I had to go hit the head. What were you saying?
Nothing.
Uh-huh.
None.
Yeah, nothing.
I can go back and check,
Yeah, okay. I was saying,
if you go back to the live, it's about 10-15 seconds behind us. So
I was saying I'm lucky enough I had a manufacturer open up just 2 miles from my house, and I'll stop over there because Alan's looking to purchase some ammo, and I was going to go find out a price on how much per round and what the shipping cost is.
there you go. Yeah.
you're such a nice guy.
That gives me an excuse. I've got 5,000 bullets to do some loading, and I'm waiting for those to come in, so that should be able to get me through most of the summer.
What you reloading 9?
Yeah, 9 mil for shooting competition. I've already got enough ammo for all my rifles as far as reloading.
Okay.
Yeah, but they sell it. You can get the bullets, or you can just get the brass. Who left?
We started talking about ammo and purchasing ammo. I had not purchased ammo since like 2019, and I finally bought some ammo. 2 weeks ago.
Well, most of mine, I just buy the components for reloading.
No, yeah, we buy the components, but I'm just saying, to me, it's like it was weird because like over here in the communist state, they're going through all this crap where they wanted to your buy ammo was kind of like a FFL kind of transaction where they're checking what you're buying, and I was like, I'm not gonna be part of that nonsense, you know. So I just like I'm just gonna reload. But yeah, finally purchased it. It was 22 ammo because that's something I can't make. So you know.
Well, if you haven't bought that ammo in that long, you were probably up to some major sticker shock.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, especially here in the communist state because we pay more for everything. Yeah, believe me, I am so glad I made the decision long ago to start reloading because there is no way I would be able to continue buying um at the prices they got here. It's ridiculous. So it's like
Well, they got the added communist tax there too, don't they?
the communist tax too, yes, correct. So, being able to bypass that, it's a blessing in the sky. So, yeah, believe me, I am so glad I did it at the right time, and thanks to all of you guys, kind of like pushing me into it. I think it was the best decision I made.
Yeah, and casting too. That helps you.
Yeah,
I'm
just
kind
don't do it in a
of
glass.
right.
Don't do it in a glass table, but you'll be all right.
Yeah. How hard is it for you to find lead now? Because I think they banned lead in the entire state of
No,
California.
uh, I had some. You can still buy some, and you can have it mailed. But when I went to go see Pat gave me a bunch of stuff, so I have not really needed to purchase any lead. And one of my friends also is a manager at the range, so he usually has like extra lead, and he's like, "You want some lead?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So I've been blessed. I've been
Awesome,
blessed.
man.
Yeah,
That's good, dude.
yeah.
And I'm kind of disappointed that you even ran out of 22, man. Like I just
Oh,
double
here
dipped.
we go.
Okay,
No, I
that
always have 22. My thing is I bought a 22 pistol, and I said might as well because they asked me, "You want to add ammo to your
oh
purchase?" And I
yeah,
was like,
oh yeah.
See,
I
see,
mean
look,
that.
look, look, look. Here's what happens, right? You listen to this guy down below me here. He says he's going on about you need to get more 22. Those are amateur numbers. You go buy some freaking 22 that you find at a decent price. That's absolute crap ammo. You're not
"Yeah,
paying for it, dude. I'm paying for it.
yeah,
Hey
yeah.
man,
Just eat your salad, be all right, brother."
That's
that
it.
that that
Eat your
Remington
damn
stuff is
salad.
no good. That doesn't count as 22 ammo. Okay,
You eat
yeah,
your
you got to
damn
kick it
salad.
up there.
Leave us meat eaters alone.
No, you
Another
know what?
half and you could be
I
doing
bought
good.
some of the that Mexican ammo, Aguila. That's good stuff, actually. I've had no issues with that one.
I've
Yeah,
got
get
some
it.
of that. Ran fine.
Yeah, that
Well,
that's
actually, that Aguila, had issues with it running in my Sig 322.
oh really?
And so I was like, well, maybe it's just this little pistol. Let me try it out. And I put it in my I started trying to run it in my Ruger 1022, and my Ruger 1022 didn't like the stuff either.
Oh, that's
Um
interesting. Because
yeah, I
I shot it on my the Mark IV that I bought, and I bought one of those little Heritage Classics. I had no problem with it. A couple of times, but I just think it's because it wasn't lined up. The cylinder wasn't lined up right because it was striking just at the edge of the casing. But then I kind of adjusted, and I had no problems after that. So um, the yeah, I've had no problems with the Aguila stuff. So I mean,
well,
I got a pretty
luckily
decent price on it.
the those are the two particular 22s that I have that didn't like it. My other 22s seem to run fine with it.
Hmm.
But those particular 222s didn't like that
Yeah,
Aguila at all for some reason.
really. I haven't had any issues with the Remington either. The only ones I've had issues with in the past is the Browning. I don't know if you guys ever tried the Browning 22. A
Yeah,
lot of
that's
people.
that's the one I bought on sale because someone was giving me hassle for not having enough 22, and it's absolute shit.
Cheap son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah. The Browning
Coming from
22.
you, calling me a cheap son of a bitch, really?
I, I, um, I have not had good luck with that thing. And my 1022 didn't like it for sure. But I have not.
Now I've got like 950 rounds of bullshit ammo. I'm not gonna shoot.
Well, I mean, I did try. The only one that it worked on it was this little cheap Mossberg semi that I have. I forgot the name of the model. It was like dirt cheap. I paid like $79 for it way back in the day. And yeah, it is the only rifle that liked that ammo. But yeah, no, it's yeah, I just think you have to be a little selective. Honestly, I haven't had no issues with the Remington ammo, but everybody's different and everybody has different, types of guns and stuff. So
I
I don't
haven't
know.
tried that Browning in the revolver yet. It might work in the revolver, okay, but
I think it
it does
definitely
not
work on
like
a
the
revolver.
semi-auto.
Yeah, if you got one of those little Heritage Classics, man, it'll run it.
Yeah, I got the 16-inch barrel one. Yep.
Yeah, those are fun little freaking revolvers, man. I just can't believe how cheap they are. That's the thing that strikes me as odd is how cheap they are. Like that's cool.
Right, but they run. That's the thing,
They
dude.
run. They run really good,
You
actually.
know, out of all the years I've been doing this, I think I've literally only seen one or two of those ever come back and have to go back out for repair. And
Yeah,
versus something like a Taurus.
yeah. The
Um,
Taurus are notorious
you
for
know,
always messing up.
and it all depends where your Taurus was made at too. You know, because
Yeah.
they've changed a lot of things over the years and
So
makes a
is
big
it safe
difference.
to say that the Tauruses that came from Brazil are better than the ones that are made in the U.S. or is it the other way around?
Typically, the ones that are from Brazil are a little bit better in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of issues they had was with the tooling.
Mm.
You talking to Taurus rimfire revolvers? Cause don't get me started on that shit.
Yeah, that's what we're
Well,
talking about, buddy.
actually, Heritage owns freaking. I mean, Taurus owns Heritage.
Yeah,
I,
and
I,
the
Yeah, and
heritage work. Damn Tarsus won't. I
yeah,
bought
they
three in a row.
yeah.
Junk.
You bought 3 Heritages?
No, three Taurus.
Oh, 3 Taurus.
Yeah, the 942 revolvers, 22
Mm.
LR. One of
Wow.
them barely worked. I sent it back. It was worse than it was before. And then I bought 2 new ones. They're both dead as a doornail. Pull the trigger and hammer, nothing. I've yet to send them back.
Huh.
But the rimfire revolvers are excellent.
Yeah. Yeah, rimfire revolvers are excellent. They're fun to shoot, really.
Yeah.
I like those Ruger Wranglers too. Those are nice. Um, those look like they're winners as well. So yeah, that's cool.
yeah, who was it that
Yeah,
had
but
one that didn't like it? It was it Melsert Mike? I think it was Melsert Mike. He had one. He didn't like it
oh,
very
he
much.
had one. He didn't like it.
Yeah,
Wow.
I forget what the issue was he had with it, but he was not a fan of it.
Huh. Well, did he not? Did he not? I guess maybe he didn't like because it was a single stage. What is? You know.
No, he knew what he was getting into. It's just there was something going on with it. I forget what it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think a lot of companies their QC's gone out the window, man.
Yeah. Unfortunately, man, and honestly, I just recently found out that people were having all kinds of issues with the 320. I guess there was these things are just shooting by them damn selves, or the drop testing and they're shooting. I'm like, what the hell? I had no idea they were that bad.
There's so much bullshit that's getting hyped up about that. SIG has come out again and has attested, no, these things, they're absolutely safe. I mean, I've got a number of them. I'm not speaking to the fact that just because I have a number of them, I have done some of my own testing as well. It's malarkey bullshit by companies that don't want to be carrying a 320. It's uh, also like incompetent carriers. And even I say that even as law enforcement and some military people have absolutely freaking, they don't remember at all going through training and how to handle a firearm properly.
Well, and then you got the idiots out there that hear about, well, it's not drop safe, so I'm going to take a hammer to it and prove that it's not drop safe, and then smack it with the back of a freaking hammer.
Well, that's just stupid. I would never do something like that. But I
Right, but it
mean,
doesn't help. You get all these people out there doing stupid shit like that, and it gives it a bad name. And there's plenty of evidence out there that there's nothing wrong with these firearms whatsoever.
Because I would think that if that's the case, don't you think the army would have been like, we're giving you all your fucking pistols back, other you fix it, we're not getting any more from you.
Right.
You know?
The military would have put a fucking shutdown on this a lot sooner.
Yeah, that,
Um,
and I think that's what I'm saying. I understand that a lot of people don't like the 320, and to each their own. You know, to be honest with you, I have a SIG Pro, and I look at that, and I look at 320, and I'm like, I don't see the difference. So that's the reason why I've never really been interested in buying another SIG. I would buy a 226, that's for sure, in a heartbeat, because I've always wanted a 226. But yeah, I just I'm not. There's just something about the 320 that just doesn't. I don't know. I don't like it specifically. I just don't like the whole modular thing. I don't know how really good that is. You know, I'm a
So
little
in
skeptical on it.
general, I'm not a big fan of SIG triggers.
Hmm.
They're just they're springy, kind of mushy to me. I'm not a huge fan
Yeah,
of them.
yeah, they are.
However, I have shot Allen's X10, and that
Uh-huh.
X10 was a nice shooter.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about the X10 too because I did shoot that. A friend of mine does own an X10, and I was like, this trigger is really nice compared to the 320. It was really mushy and just not a really fan of. Um,
the stock 9mm 320 triggers are not great. They're, in my opinion, by far better than any Glock. But still, it's a striker fired trigger, and it's not really that great of a trigger. With that said, the 320 BS that I made from the ground up, that thing is phenomenal. The trigger on that, I would put almost in the category of a good Smith and Wesson. Um,
right.
it's absolutely phenomenal. So there's definitely a lot of room that can be improved on the factory 9mm 320 triggers. Um, and I've done it personally.
Yeah, but I don't understand the drastic difference between a stock 320 and a X10 or like what Bald is saying, the X5 Legion. I mean, those triggers are just they're just really nice, man. You know, they just I don't know. I just like the way they feel, and it's very responsive to what you're trying to do. You know,
Well, you're paying the extra to get the good trigger.
here's my thing. I want to pay extra, man. I'll give me a damn Shadow too, but they don't sell that shit here. That's all.
Ooh,
Mario still wants a Shadow 2. Man, we'll get you on one of these days.
Man, Shadow 2, baby, Shadow 2.
Mario, I want.
You want 3 grand? I ain't giving you 3 grand. What the hell you think I
No,
want?
No,
no.
he owns 3.
Huh?
I own 3 Shadow 2s.
Yeah, quit rubbing it in.
Daniel's even got me beat.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
He's got me
Well,
beat too, man. I only got the one, but
I got one full size, and I got 2 of the compacts. I mean, one I use as my carry gun, and the other smaller one I shoot in competition, and that's just to complement my carrying. You know, I go to competition shooting what I carry.
Right. Yeah.
That way, if I'm involved in a shoot and the one's sitting in the evidence locker, I have another one that's exactly like the one that's in the evidence locker. So I'm going to carry
This
on
is
without
sick of
missing.
the evidence slaughter.
What?
Okay. Sounds good, buddy.
always,
No,
always got to have a backup plan, man.
yeah, you do. You do, that's for sure. That's for sure, man. Yeah. Yeah, I do like that Shadow too, man. Ain't gonna lie.
Or you can get the this MP35 now, which is basically a Brown and high power clone.
I don't like that thing. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. I don't like the backstrap on that shit. It, I like the. I don't know. I just don't like the. What do you call it? I was looking at that viejo. I was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was
Like
looking at it.
got safety or
No,
something.
I just because it's similar to my 1911, and I just don't like. I wish it would have more of a beaver tail on it than what it has.
Yeah, it's got that shorter beaver tail.
Yeah, I prefer a little longer one. That's why honestly that's why I really love certain guns like the CZ because I just like the way they shape in your hand. You know, same thing with the 1911, like with a larger beaver tail. It just it feels nice. But to each their own. Everybody knows what they like. Everybody. Um,
Mario I mean, when Valve gets out to Tennessee, just move out there with him, and that way you can be dual citizenship
dude,
in
I can't stand that
California.
fucker on here. What makes you think I want to fucking live next to this punk ass?
Don't you think I'd make a great YouTube channel to have you
Well,
guys?
hey,
Fucking
Daniel, you know if he moves out there, those two end up getting married.
hey,
Yeah.
what you want? The fucking cracker and bean dip show? Is that what you want?
I'd watch it.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Oh, come on. You both like
That
shooting.
you know,
You
here's
just
my thing. Me and Val can't stop insulting each other. We can't last 5 minutes without talking shit about each other.
and
That's
if you
just the way it
didn't
is.
like each other, you wouldn't say if you didn't like him, you wouldn't say
I
a word.
do. He's kind of like mold. He kind of grows on you. That's how Val is.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's just the only way I know how to explain Val. Like, I love the guy, but sometimes he gets on my last fucking nerve. But yeah, he's a good dude. I just like getting him shit.
I know, so I like giving him shit too. And it's like you're taking the heat today, he's directing it all at you. It's like
Oh
okay,
yeah,
so
he loves that. Yeah, I know.
he thrives on conflict.
Oh yeah, I know.
If he didn't like you, he wouldn't talk shit either.
He's the Slovenian Donald Trump, is what he is.
Damn damn Russian.
Yeah, yeah. The Liberator. What the hell is the Liberator? The only Liberator I know is that one shot 45 ACP Wonder that was in World War II.
No, it's another version of that
Oh
35 he
yeah.
was talking about.
That is a neat gun though. I actually saw one and they actually had one here in the gun store. I actually saw them. I almost thought of buying it just for the nostalgic aspect of it because it's such a cool gun, man. You know, it came kind of like
It is cool.
with 145 ACP, and that's so you can shoot the guy that has it and get a better gun. Like that's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah, I think the high powers are basically a clone between, well, not a clone, but the high power is like a CZ-75 and the 1911 had a baby.
Yeah, no, but it's a beautiful gun and it does have serve its purpose. I've
Well,
always loved the high power.
I guess the correct way to put that would be that a 1911 and a Browning high power had a baby, and it turned out to be the
So CZ,
CZ-75.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. But CZs, I don't know. I just like the way those. It's the look. It's that nostalgic look that I like. You know, that's just what I really enjoy the most out of those guns.
Uh, Walter, I can't find a Liberator model. I was trying to.
I think that's the gray or silverish gray type model. I think that's the one they have.
How much was the one you seen, Mario, at a local store or something?
Oh
Oh
yeah,
man, this was a while back. I mean, I think it was like 10 years ago, and I think they wanted like I think it was like 350. That's why I was like,
Hmm.
I'm interested. I started kind of getting interested. I know they're probably more cheaper or whatever, but I just thought it was kind of cool. Just I like the nostalgic aspect of it. I'm sure they're more expensive now, and they're probably because there's not many of them left.
Yeah, yeah. I think that seemed like a reasonable price for, like you're saying, it is kind of got a historic thing to it, and you know, uh, y- I don't know. There's probably a story with the gun. I mean, you may never get the story, but it is pretty cool.
All right, we're just over halfway through. Alan, you want to go through the side chat, brother?
I certainly will. That is, if YouTube allows me. Bald and Curious, it says, is still out there. Bama Dad, Thor's Axe, Uncle Jim, Viejo. Man, it is just not letting me do much of anything. Papa's Place out there. How you doing? Um, yeah, it says that there's quite a bit more viewership than that, but Fuzz Fork 8 was out there, and G23, the Big P out there. Just for some oddball reason, it is not giving me a decent participants list.
You forgot one.
Oh, did I? Where did I put that one? Oh, there you are. Hi. The YouTube auditor. Eat a bowl of dicks.
Dude, I love that Howdy Doody shirt you got on. It's fucking awesome. Gee, Beeps.
What are you talking about, man? This is called style. I know you don't know what it
Leave
is.
it to Beaver fucking plaid there you got going on. I like it, man. It's a never ending type of color there, man. If you get better internet, you could definitely see it better, but
Yeah, well, you gotta dress a little bit when you don't have a woman and you're peacocking a little bit. That's what I'm saying is.
that's disturbing, but thanks for adding that.
Hey, he didn't say he was trying to get you married. He said he was just out there doing his thing.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty scary.
Scotsman, an observation. Tell me if this is right or not. But he had a woman and women when he was rocking the beard. The beard has gone away, and so have the women. Am I wrong?
Yeah, because he looks like a pedophile now.
Oh,
Look at that shit. Would you want to kiss
Damn.
that?
ah,
Wow. Dang.
Oh my god.
I wish I could keep it, man. I wish so bad that I could keep it, but it's either that or possibly, have a cardiac arrest in my non-restful sleep.
Hey, Alan,
Technically,
Alan, have you
Daniel, you're not wrong.
Hey, Alan, have you thought about maybe getting that CPAP device that you can? I mean, you actually, it's like a minor surgery that you go on it, and you get that instead of since you love your beer so much.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that I didn't contemplate it, but having a surgery, just
Quit being a bitch. It's
wasn't
like this
appealing.
little that they're gonna put in there. There's an incision. They put that shit in there, and you get to go.
Yeah, I didn't even look into it that far. Just
Look,
Fucking do it, man.
hold on, Mary. I got his back on this one, dude. You really want to
Okay.
trust your life to a little fucking piece of machinery that they got to cut you open and stick inside you? Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah, medical
You guys are both
procedures are
bitches.
one of the leading causes of death. Like if you look it up on Google and stuff, malpractice is one of the biggest things taking people out these days. Way more than guns. Heart disease, obesity, malpractice, cancer. It's right up there in the top like 3. So
Yeah.
yeah, When it comes to surgeries, you should really consider. You always hear the good stuff. You never hear the bad stuff unless you're watching late night TV.
Look, here's one of the biggest issues with the whole medical industry. If they literally got to sit there and make advertisements for what you should be putting in your body, is you really got to stop and think about what the hell is that all about. It's only about one thing, people. It ain't about your health.
There's a shitload of shortages of doctors around the country as well. So, in a lot of cases, you're not actually seeing an actual doctor. So, there's big things going on with that right now, in a sense. So, and well, I don't want to get into too much, but basically, yeah, the medical system sketchier than you think. It just is, whether you want to believe it or not.
And on that note, okay, I want to ask you all one at a time, except for Alan, because we already know the answer. Scotsman, have you had a doctor push you towards getting a sleep test to see if you need a CPAP yet?
Yeah, I did a few years back. It's probably been 4 or 5 years ago. I did.
Yeah.
They tried to put me on the CPAP. The CPAP didn't work. I told them it wasn't working. And the guy looked at me and was like, well, we're barely pushing in the air. I'm like, I'm not able to breathe. So something's not right with your system or something, dude.
So how long have you been off of it?
I stopped using it pretty much right away. I was on it for a month and a half, 2 months, maybe tops.
Okay. We know Alan is using it. Jamie, have you had a doctor push you towards using it, getting a sleep test or a CPAP?
No.
No. Okay. 2 yes, 1 no. Gigi?
Nope.
Never? Okay. 2 and 2. Rob, New York Outcast.
I haven't had an actual doctor since I was a kid.
Okay. Unknown.
Yeah. Unknown.
Mario.
Yeah, I have a CPAP.
Okay. And the doctor was trying to get me to go that route also. So
Right.
You've got 2 people in this chat that haven't had a doctor try to push him to use a CPAP. Everybody else has. So 5 out of 7, is it really that big of a problem? They tried to push me that, and I just told them to stick it. I wasn't even going to go that route because they pushed my father, my godfather, into the whole CPAP thing, and they stuck with it about 4 months at the most, and they both quit. One of them's still alive, and the other one would too, but he died of cancer. So I think that is just the medical field is out to make money.
Yep,
I don't trust them.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Yeah, it's a chunk of money, especially when you get started. And they want to lease you the machine, and they want to sell you all your equipment and try and push how quickly you turn that equipment over and get new equipment. They really do. For me, it's made an immense difference. I've like a big difference.
Well, yeah, because you're getting a lot more sleep because you don't have a woman no more.
Atypical of everybody. I'm not saying that's atypical of everybody.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, trying to push, especially I want to say men towards it.
Yeah. Well,
if
you're
you
getting
snore
more
at all,
sleep.
they want to throw you towards a CPAP.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing, man. They tried to tell me that I was stopping breathing anywhere between 70 and 90 times a minute. A minute. Dude, fuck out of here. I'm still here.
Yeah.
I gotta call bullshit on that. And I'm not saying that it's not real, because there are people that do suffer, and I get it, and but I call bullshit on a lot of stuff that they tried to tell me. And then, like I said, when I went back to the doctor and explained to him that I was struggling with the machine and I felt like I was choking and couldn't breathe, he's just trying to tell me that it was, you know, it wasn't that high and all the rest of it, and didn't want to work with me to try and lower it and do this or do that. So I just said screw it, and I haven't used it since, and that was years ago.
Well, Alan's getting more sleep now because there's no women there keeping him awake.
You
I mean,
don't
that's a
breathe.
fact.
You don't breathe 70 to 90 breaths a minute. So how can you possibly stop breathing 70 to 90 times in 1 minute? 1 hour, okay, maybe. Yeah, that's
It might have been by the hour. It was years ago. I don't remember.
Yeah. My last sleep study, it was I stopped breathing more than once a minute. And the very first time I took a sleep study many years ago, I literally went into cardiac arrest. They showed me on the machines, because they attach you to everything under the sun when you actually go in to have those studies done. Nowadays, they send you home with a little throwaway device. But I went in for that initial study and like woke up with them ready to hit me with paddles. So that was kind of a little bit of an eye opener. And so it does make a huge difference for me. I'm not saying that that the medical industry doesn't push these entirely too much. Then again, they also push ADHD entirely too much. And you know, I don't
You are a
think
little retarded though, but we still love you.
Well, and it was funny, you know. So they said all this during the study, right? And part of what I do remember about it was I didn't feel like I'd slept at all. I felt like I was awake the whole freaking time. So, you know, they're telling me all this stuff, saying that, you know, how many times I stopped breathing, all the rest of it, and like, I didn't even think I'd freaking fallen asleep.
How many times did you have to go in for it?
I only went in once.
All right, see that right there tells you this is bullshit, because we've all had horrible nights of sleep, tossing and turning, or nightmare shit you don't remember. I mean, nobody sleeps perfect every night.
No, not at all, man. And like I said, I haven't used the thing in years. I stopped. I used it. I tried it for about a month or so, a month and a half, something like that, and that was it.
And did you have to go to their facility to go to sleep?
Yeah. So originally, when I went in for the test, I had to go there for the test, and then when they gave me the machine, it was all, you know, all preset, whatever, you know, they control it. You don't have control over it, which is bullshit too. Like, I should have control over it. If I want to change it, I should be able to change it. And that was one of the things I didn't like. And then when I did say I was having an issue and wanted to see the doctor, it was almost a month to get in to see the doctor. If my sleep is such a big fucking issue, why have I got to wait a month to go see the motherfucking doctor?
I don't know. I just think.
Well, yeah,
They got scared of your hostile whiteness is what it was.
If my heart is so much of an issue, why does it take 2 months to get an appointment with the cardiac doctor? If the brain damage that they know that I have is such a problem, why is it that 3 months down the road, neurology hasn't even contacted me? Because it's easier to let people die.
Yeah, it's nothing but money, man. Nothing but money.
Neurology does, you know, they're still learning a lot with that. They're in the initial phases for state, so you can't expect a lot out of neurology anyway. So I wouldn't, you know, you're not much except the bill.
Right. Well, and they told me all this shit, when I went in there, and it was telling me you got to get supplies every month or every 2 months or whatever bullshit it was. It's going to cost you this much and blah 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 and all the rest of it. And you got to use this type of water. You can't use this water and all this other shit.
Everything's a maybe with those
Right.
people. The weather
Right.
people. There's a chance of this, a chance of that. It's shooting darts.
Right.
ADD, ADHD, they are the two most over diagnosed things, I think, personally, on the face of the planet, specifically here in the United States. Now, we used to not have a bunch of these particular brain disorders and behavioral disorders, ADD, ADHD, amongst others. And a lot of things that has come about has changed after the 1970s, when they turned butter into margarine. Because what's the brain built out of? It's built out of different cholesterols. And so if you're not feeding it, what it's going to do, it's going to die off. So they've eliminated all these good cholesterols that we get out of animal proteins and so forth, and tried to rebuild it all using vegetables, and you don't get the right ingredients. You just don't.
Yep, 100%. And used to be that 300 plus was your number for cholesterol. Now they say anything over 150 is high. They're full of shit. They don't want you to have common sense. They don't want you to be healthy and be in control of yourself.
Bobby Kennedy's gonna fix us, guys.
Well, I hope Bobby freaking tears him a new one, but it's gonna take time, man. It's gonna take a lot of time to get a lot of that shit out of here. And a lot of these companies are going to try and find a way to do it anyway on the back burner and finagle it somehow or whichever way they can to keep on doing it.
Yeah, man. I don't like that too. The pharmaceutical companies always putting their stupid ass commercials. Fucking hate that shit. It's stupid as hell. The other thing I'm not understanding, and I get the whole avian flu and stuff, but the egg situation, like, I see people big ass lines on Costco and Sam's Club just go get fucking eggs.
Okay, well here's the thing. So actually, the industry is under investigation right now for possible fraud because it's believed that they are making mass panic on purpose in order to make mass profit.
I'd believe it, and it seems
I believe it too, 110%.
All over again. Like, these people really use that many damn eggs? Like, I don't know. It does seem a little crazy. I bought eggs the other day. They are more money, but
Yeah, they're more expensive, but I mean, most of the people that go to Sam's Club and Costco, I mean, some of these people run businesses, so I can understand why they, have to consume that many eggs.
But
it's kind of crazy.
Okay, but for us, when we go to the grocery store, has anybody seen the egg part of the refrigerator empty? No, there's still lots of eggs in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always been stocked when I go by, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the surcharges at restaurants on eggs. It's like, what?
I think it goes back to you just really can't trust anything these days, whether it's the medical system, whether it's, food, everything they tell you, there's always some kind of catch behind it, a motive where somebody's making money. So it's kind of, you really got to look into things. It's like, and one
I
of
think you're really gonna go apeshit crazy if they raise the price of lettuce, because there goes your salads, buddy.
the yeah, just see me on the news flipping, tables or something. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, it's just, uh, I don't know. It's I hope something gets done with it in a sense. And a lot of this stuff with the medical. I mean, if people would deal with some hard facts where you change your lifestyle, you know, you wouldn't need all these drugs in some cases. And I'm not speaking everything or this or that, but the average person, it's like, you know, they're so happy to sell you an easy pill, but unfortunately, that easy pill has side effects, and so they got another pill for that. And that seems to be the flow of the system. Instead of trying to actually fix the cause, they're just trying to give you band-aids and band-aids and band-aids. And that's
Tonight at 10, man goes ballistic over price of romaine.
yeah.
Yeah, it's true though. Like I was at the store the other day, not the big store in town, just a small one in local town, and shelf was full of eggs, no problem. Yeah, they were pricier, but they were full shelves, no issues. And again, it's just they keep trying to tell you that the flu's out there and all these birds are suffering and all this other bullshit. And where we literally have seen almost none of it. And they just keep trying to push that narrative and tell you that it's getting worse and this, that, the other, and raising
And
prices.
how funny this shit happened at the end of the term of Biden's presidency.
Right. Yep. No coincidence. No coinkydink.
Have you guys noticed any price hikes due to these tariffs?
Not a damn thing, dude.
Yeah, I haven't really noticed anything either. So somebody was saying gas has gone up, but it's maybe a penny or two in my area.
No, gas went down. Gas went
I
down this week for me.
Seen really anything like that. So
Well,
I
I
don't
haven't got to Home Depot, but I heard that the price of lumber might be going up because majority we get from Canada.
know. Okay. Yeah, I was there yesterday, but I didn't check lumber.
Yeah, I haven't gone up there in a minute. I do need to make a trip up there though. I need to buy some stuff, but yeah.
Rob, you're
But
our
you know
lumber
what?
guy.
Here's the thing though. Lumber almost goes up every year anyway. Almost every single year.
Yeah, it fluctuates too due to different things, issues with mills or whatever and whatnot too. So
Yeah, it's pretty much seasonal.
Yeah, you can't always attest the price of timber to tariffs and imports and all the rest of it. That's a big market of fluctuation on a lot of different factors.
I know I don't like the quality of modern lumber, like when you're just speaking regular stuff, when you're talking studs or anything like that. I mean, a lot of the I'd say half the stack is junk. In some cases, if you're looking for like deck boards, sometimes they look like an S just sitting on the stack. Like,
Yeah,
just
they're definitely gotten worse. Especially in the last probably 5 or 6 years, they've definitely gotten a lot worse as far as that goes.
And they're a lot of the boards look rough. There'd be knots, and I mean stuff that just shouldn't have like passed. In a sense, when it's if you're not careful, it's a problem. Like I don't like ordering deliveries because they always throw all the shit on the order because you're not there to pick it and see it. You just got to deal with it when it shows up at the job.
Right.
Oh God, you'll get some horrible shit. Horrible. So it makes things difficult. It really does. It takes
You
time.
guys send it back, or do you guys get credit for it, or what?
Yeah, you can, but the problem is it's a delay. You're trying to get that, use that day and be off to the next job or next section, whatever it may be. So it creates a delay on work time, and then you got to send somebody down to deal with it as well. Some cases you can call and they can run somebody back, but a lot of times that's an argument too, especially
Well,
for
and
some.
then if it's a bid job and you've bid the job, now you're losing money.
Yeah, and you're losing time too, so to deal with it when you should have had it. So, so I don't know. It can be iffy, especially depending on what you're doing with the lumber. You know, so like a little, in some cases it doesn't have to be perfect, but in others where it's seen or
Right.
structural,
If it's a little bow, it's easy to take out. But a lot of these, a lot of them nowadays that I've been seeing, at least, they've had some decent bows in them.
yeah, or you'll
And
have
it's
two
not
that
just
splits
if
like almost all the way through the board.
I
Like
was gonna say, if it's not just the bow, then you got splits, or you got knots, or you got a combination of all three.
it drops on the ground and it cracks into two pieces. It's like, what the hell is this? Uh, some of it's just horrible, and then you'll get ones that are completely saturated. I mean, it weighs twice as much as the next one, and you'll get another one that's bone dry. So, that's kind of
Yeah,
problem. There's
you walk into the store and the wood's green. That's not a good thing, people.
that's kind and there's lumber with mold on it, like brand new in the stacks, like it's already kind of moldy.
Yeah,
Like,
I've seen lots of greenish yellow. It's not good. Walk away from that shit. Don't touch it.
it's kind of crazy, and and it's brand new. You're thinking, you know, I don't know. I guess the average person, does their own home project, just goes in and we need 12. All right, let's grab 12 and throws them on, and then they get home and they're like, wow, like uh, we should have bought a wood stretcher or something. You know what I mean? Like some of these things are horrible. So
Well, your average Joe almost doesn't always know exactly what they're looking at too, though. That's the
right,
issue.
right, yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, it takes time to go pick out, decent lumber if you're going to build a deck and you want everything to be right, especially you're building it for somebody else. Yourself, maybe you could live with a little blemish here or there. You don't care, but you can't do that for when you're doing it for somebody else. You know what I
Right,
mean? As soon as you leave, the whole family's coming over to inspect this thing, and somebody's going to be like, my buddy could have done it cheaper, and what the hell's that? And blah, blah, blah. So it's got to be right. No bullshit.
right.
It's just sad. I've even gotten ordered brand new doors. They come in, they got scuffs on them or little dents and shit. I'm like, whoa, like that's no good. And you got to wait like another 2-3 weeks to get another door in.
Right.
Like, supposed to go deliver this expensive ass door to a customer and it's beat up on day one. Like, hell no. Shit, they probably gonna refuse to pay me. I'm putting in a beat up door, like,
Right.
like, that screws everything up right there. So a lot of this quality control is really horrible. Honestly, it really is. So
Oh, it is. It's absolutely terrible, and it's not just stuff like that too. You think about, you go to the hardware store and you're looking at bolts and all the rest of it. Some of the threads on some of these things nowadays, they're all tore up before before you even buy it.
yeah, you
You know?
think of the new homes that Bald builds. Is Bald picking out perfect lumber all the time? These pretty houses, are those walls really straight? I don't know.
He's more of a cheapskate than you, so I don't know.
All these cookie cutter homes and these gated communities scare the shit out of me. I've looked at a couple, inspected one for a friend, and they got 2-inch leeway on contracts for studs where they're just not even touching the base; they're just floating. The walls holding, sheetrock's holding them straight. Like, it's amazing. Overlap shingles, flashing. What the hell's that? Like,
Right.
some
Oh
of
yeah,
this.
man. I've been in some houses where I was doing some work, and the studs are supposed to be here, and the studs are nowhere near where they're supposed to be.
Some horrible stuff, man. I don't know. Beware. If if you're buying new homes, definitely. 'Cause, I mean, even all the way down to the quality of lumber. You know what I mean? It's you got to be picky if you want something to come out right. You really do.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I notice people nowadays are still wanting to buy houses that are, before 1970 or like 1970, 1980 because of the, just better constructed.
I can believe it. Probably more time spent on a job, more care in a job too, in some cases. So, I mean, there's always been those big mass builders that are just bulldozing through everything, and worried about they can afford to pay the problems on the back end, but which everybody should try to avoid, in my opinion. But it does seem like people cared more in the past. Plus, there was more detail added to things as well. Pocket doors, nice wooden stairwell ways, things like this, where now everything's like cookie cutter clean. I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say one of the things you don't see nowadays as much as you used to back in the day is people doing proper joints.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's
it's all slapped. It's all slapped together. There's no actual proper joints done. You talk to people nowadays and you ask them, if they know what this joint is or that joint is, and they just kind of stare at you like, "What?"
No, they're all into blunts and stuff anymore. There's no proper joints anymore.
Yeah, and I think one aspect that a lot of people don't understand about new homes nowadays is that there's about 15 or 20 freaking contractors that touch that house. It's not the same contractor. So you have the guys that do the framing, and there's the guys that do the plumbing, and there's the guys that do the air conditioning, and the guys that do all the plumbing and the other stuff, the electrical, and it's like, and they're all different people, and they all have different ways of doing things, and what you consider quality control may not be there, and that's the biggest issue with the new homes.
Well, they all have deadlines too, and they all, are usually put in a pretty tight bid place, like an area, profit margin. So, especially if you get tied into like where you're working for a company and you're going, two jobs a day, consecutively on one company or something. Basically, you're usually kind of locked in price wise. So, uh, you know, they're trying to get in and out so the next crew can get to their thing. So they're just kind of blowing through shit sometimes. So
Right.
it's
And you really gotta, if you're someone who's kind of in charge of watching all that, you really gotta pay attention to the crews coming in
and if
and
they
making sure they're not screwing the next crew.
and if they can save a buck or save some time, they're gonna if they can get away with it in a lot of cases. So um, yeah. So you gotta keep a good eye out. That's basically it. I mean, there's good and bad in all professions and trades and things, but you also got to add in budget, timeline. Their supervisors or whoever's running their business might, really have them pressed to get 3 places done today, and realistically doing 2 is a stretch. So you run into these problems sometimes with crews, or people got their own issues too. Alcoholics, there's druggies. I mean, there's a lot of that in the trades. So then, that can go both ways. I've seen people that drink all day and do amazing ass work. They really do, but they wouldn't be able to work for a company because they drink all damn day. And one day they're not going to make it to work because they're going to be, slid out in a customer's yard. And so there's weird stuff like that.
I don't know about you, but I've actually seen that before, where someone's passed out in the yard supposed to be doing work.
Yeah,
I
I got a buddy that bought a house. It was built, I want to say, in the '60s, and the wiring in the place was horrendous. The He's doing all this stuff over himself. He wired the place. He's done a lot of plumbing. He ran a lot of pipe. He ordered panels for a kitchen island, and that island is probably 12, 16 feet long. I don't know exactly what the measurements is, but then there's going to be granite countertop on the top, right? So he orders the 4 panels, and 2 of the 4 panels, brand new, had warped filler boards. You know, you got the frame and then you got the insert boards. They were warped, 2 of the 4 panels. So he sent those back, and they sent him 2 more, and one of those had warped panel boards. And his wife is one of these picky people. You know, she's still up there where their old house is, and she's not moving down here till he finishes the house. So it's, and he paid an ungodly amount of money for these finished panels, you know.
The shipping back and forth, the time delay. You know, he's trying to have a little relaxation time with the lady, and it's no problems.
Man, he's been working on this house for 20 months, and it's him by himself. Now, Labor Day, I went down there and helped him put some primer on the sheetrock. So when you're thinking about sheetrock and layers of sheetrock, this dude had the original was how old the home is. The original was plaster, you know, put up there with the slats and the plaster.
Yep. Or
then they put 2 layers of sheetrock on top of that. And then on the ceilings, Rob, 1 layer of plaster, 3 layers of sheetrock.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you're going to be sitting there one day in front of your fireplace watching the ball game, and all of a sudden, all this sheetrock and plaster is going to come down on your dumb butt, and you're going to freak. So, yeah.
It's possible, depending on how they did it. You know, if they didn't hit any studs, but yeah, if they just hit the slat boards, eventually it's definitely possible.
Yeah. So anyway, all that stuff had to come out. He's changed windows in the doors and all that other stuff. But anyway, let me go see if supper's ready. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, sheetrock adds up weight wise, plus all your compound and stuff. I mean, it's not ridiculous, but when you consider if you're just screwing it in the slat boards, which are nailed on with like 3/4 inch nails, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, it's just sheetrock screws holding it up there. You need to hit those joists.
Yeah, yeah. The only good thing in cases like that, the room keeps getting smaller, so you can just keep reusing the same trim.
Well, you're gonna have to trim the trim.
Yeah, you'll have to trim it, but you know it'll still fit. You don't have to buy a new piece. You know, if it's in good shape.
And then until you knock the sheetrock out, and they're all 4 inches too short.
Man, I mean, I've seen some crazy shit over the years. I think it was not year before last. We did a demo on a bathroom and was doing a new install in the bathroom. And as we were doing the demo, trying to get the old shower and all that out, got in behind the wall and couldn't figure out why the hell I couldn't get this piece to come off. And wouldn't cut through it properly and all the rest of it. And having a hell of a time, and finally get to a point where I can get some leverage and I get to pull the piece back. And dude, this thing's fucking just full of zip ties here, zip ties there, this, that, the other, you fucking name it. It was just nuts. And they had it the way they had it routed too. They had it bolted and routed right by electrical wires and all the rest of it as well. So you literally got water pipes right by freaking electrical wires. Yeah, it was horrible.
I've seen one of them ghetto landlords. Yeah, he went down to like Home Depot or something, bought a replacement window that didn't fit the opening, which, yeah, to me, that's just the most shameful thing. You can get custom windows to fit your opening perfectly for like literally not much more. I mean, I don't know why. By the time you go buy boards to put on the side or new siding and all this shit, you could have just got the right window anyway. It would have been easier. Anyway, I watched this guy put a new window in, and instead of framing around or anything like that, he used spray foam. He held the window and then had his grandson hold the window while he spray foamed around and locked it in with spray foam and then put siding around to cover it on the outside. Like,
Yeah. I'm honestly not
it's
surprised.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm honestly not surprised. I've seen a lot of crazy shit over the years, and I've heard a lot of crazy stuff too. That does not really surprise me that much.
The same guy had tenants that flooded his apartment for some reason. I don't know how this all went down, but so basically he was insisting his maintenance guy. I knew the maintenance guy, like I worked with him on other cases and stuff. But basically the guy put rolled roofing down throughout all his kitchens and bathrooms on the floor, which is illegal. It's not supposed to be inside. If there's a fire or something like that, it's going to be a problem, rubber burning in the home, blah, 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 whatever. This guy don't care. He puts all this down and runs it up the walls like 2 feet in all of his places. So basically, if they flood, they just turn it into a swimming pool. So it doesn't ruin the apartments downstairs. Like the people do some crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Like, would that even hold the weight of 2 feet of water across the kitchen and stuff? I mean, the whole thing just sounds crazy to me. Those buildings ended up getting sold. This guy ended up selling all his properties and whatnot. But so oh my gosh, buyer beware. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna walk into. Being someone who's traveled all over the states, man, I've been in some various hotels and different kinds of things like that, and you see some of these places too, man, that are just kind of slapped together, and you can tell they're just slapped together.
It's amazing sometimes what people do. So some of it's genius, some of it's just actual crazy or lunacy.
Oh yeah. No, I mean I've seen some cool hacks, if you want to call them hacks, as far as how to do certain joints or do this or do that and make it a little bit easier. And I've seen some cool ones over the years, but there are some out there that you just shouldn't even touch either because they're super dangerous. But they get millions and millions of views on these different apps and stuff, and people think they're fantastic and go try it and end up hurting themselves really, really bad.
Well, guys, I gotta go. I just want to say good night and thanks for having me on here.
All right, brother. Good seeing you. Well, yeah, we'll be jumping off here shortly, but good seeing you, man.
Okay.
Have a good one, Bob.
Good night,
Daniel.
I've seen a lot of these hack videos and stuff, and like half the time, I got to be honest, I'm asking myself why. Like, why would you do that, or why would you? It seems like there's half the time so many easier solutions, and then you'll see some of them that are just straight bullshit. That it doesn't work like that. Like,
right, and then there's others that are absolute complete genius.
Yeah, some, but you got to be real careful with those.
They're few and far between. Most of them are. Why would you do that?
Yeah, or like that just does not work. Like the whatever they're working on does not operate the way they're trying to say this hack will make it work. Like it just doesn't work that way.
So I saw one, and a lot of you guys know I grew up painting and decorating over the years when I was young, and I've done it for odd jobs throughout the years. When I moved here as well, it's easy way of work for me because I have a good knowledge of that profession, and I saw one hack where they literally took a paintbrush, drilled a hole in the top of the paintbrush going into the bristles, and then screwed in a half a bottle and filled it with paint, because that's so much faster and so much easier, right? It's just like, why? I can dip the damn paintbrush in the freaking paint cam and get more paint on the bristles and do a better job than that than I can with doing this entire waste of time where I can only put the paintbrush in one direction. I can't put it in any other direction.
Yeah. But how's that going to work when you're cutting in a ceiling or something? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I hate painting. That's the bane of my existence.
I don't mind painting. I just hate doing baseboards and stuff like that. Anything I got to get low, I hate doing.
I'm fine with paint, and I don't like the prep. Yeah, because it's usually somebody else's place, and yeah,
Make sure everything's covered, no drips anywhere, none of that stuff. Because
they always move things, but then the day comes and they're like, "Oh my goodness," or you're lucky they do, but they can't move the couch and the heavy stuff, so you're losing time with that. Wrapping everything up, because despite what people say, it's way easier just to pull some plastic than it is to scrub shit off a carpet or somebody's, favorite couch or whatever the hell it is. So, no matter how good you are, sometimes shit can happen. So it's just,
absolutely.
When customer, just always expect to, everything's getting wrapped. Basically, you can murder somebody in there. It's so much easier. Dust, any cleanup. They can't blame you for shit you didn't do, because people try to do that shit too. Their kids spill shit.
Always better to cover your ass big time, especially painting wise.
Yep. You got to make money, not lose it. So cover the prep's a bitch, and then you got to unwrap all this stuff, and a lot of these paints fucking lie, man. They tell you one coat for, like, if you're painting for seniors,
Right. We used one. We used one a couple years back that said it was supposed to be one coat, and we'll cover over anything, this, that, the other bullshit, and it still took 3 coats.
I always go for the primer and paint together, but I'm always expecting 2 coats, and if I'm lucky, in some cases they'll be happy with 1, but I bid for 2 no matter what. So if they clear me 1, that's on them. If they want it, that's fine. But
and Bama Dad, I've seen those powered rollers before, man, but to me they're more of a gimmick. I'm not. I'd rather be able to control the paint versus relying on something else controlling the paint.
I've used plunger ones.
Bama Dad watch too much infomercials, man. That's what happens.
Yeah, Rob said it. See, painting is like a colonoscopy. The prep is a whole lot worse than the procedure.
Oh, it is, man. You'll spend, depending on the size of the room, you might spend an hour and a half just prepping it. And it may only take you, 2 hours to do a couple coats, but you got all that prep time in there.
It can be a pain.
A significantly younger man, my mom's second husband, had his own contracting business, and I ran his paint crews, and so we had 5 different paint crews. And I tell you what, we did more prep. I mean, the prep spent all the time to do the prep right, because the paint was just like it. That was no time at all to actually do the painting. All the prep work was what really took all the time in the world.
Yeah, and like Rob said earlier too, especially if you got a client that isn't able to move stuff, or they promised you they would, and you get there and nothing's moved. You know, now you got more time invested, and I got to move all this shit around so I could, or work around it, and working around it can be a huge pain in the ass too.
Yeah, see, time is money.
Yeah, and you gotta, for me, I gotta account for that like in a bid. Like if there's a you know, cabinet with glass shelves full of knickknacks and this and that, you know, or a bunch of expense, like obviously I gotta bring that up. Is that something you're gonna address, or do I gotta, you know, things like this where it's gonna take some time. So, you know, I'm adding that to my bid as I'm speaking to you in a sense, that those types of things as well, because it does take time, and you got to be careful and cautious with the stuff because, you know, it could be irreplaceable. You know, that's why I would rather not move it. I prefer you do personally, because it clears all liability for me. You know, I trip on plastic or something and then, you know, shake the cabinet and the glass whatever breaks. Yeah, I don't want, you know, I don't want to have those problems. So it's definitely the thing. And the painter's tape, I tell you, be careful with that stuff. I know there's different ones and this and that. I personally, I don't even use the painter's tape. I can cut in like a surgeon at this point in life. Yeah, I always keep a damn cloth just in case, but I can cut in like a surgeon. That tape, I've seen it burn you several times where it'll start peeling other paint stuff that's not your job. You're not doing the windows or whatever. You put tape to those windows, there's a good chance there's going to be something coming off them. It's just what it is.
Yep.
So,
Always have a rag handy and have a blade handy if you got to scrape some stuff off real fast.
and if it don't come off, the paint will bleed through the tape. So you'll get like a little, you know, where it looks like little dots on your edge. So it's way cleaner just to run a smooth line by hand. You know.
If you're gonna use tape, I would say probably one of the best ones out there is the green frog tape. Don't use the blue. The blue doesn't stick as well. Green seems to stick a lot better, but you're still gonna end up, if you're not careful, you still get a lot of bleed through. So don't trust the tape. You know, you always want to try and cut that line the best you can cut that line.
Yeah, the blue's going to bleed too.
Oh yeah, big time. The green seems to stick better though, so you'll get bleed through no matter what. But the green seems to stick a lot better. It's not cheap stuff either. So
No, and you know the time it takes to put that tape on, to put it on right when you're, you know, putting it around things. Like I've seen people do it with outlet covers. Like, oh hell no, just unscrew the cover.
Take the cover off, brush it off, 2 seconds, bam, come back on, done.
Yeah, I don't get that. Just, you know, it's so much faster in some cases, because you know it takes time if you're going around round things or anything like that with tape. You know, mounted smoke alarms, all this type of stuff. If you can, just pull it down. You know, light fixtures. Sometimes you don't want to mess with those. I just cut in by hand. The hell with the tape, man.
When it comes to light fixtures and stuff, if you can, just let it hang loose there. You know, let it hang there and just go around it.
Like you said, time is money. You know, and you're also, you know, in my case, in somebody else's house, they're still hoping to eat dinner on time. And, you know, got this going on, that, so you know, it matters.
All right, we'll start going through the room. We're all coming up on time. Rob, we'll start with you, man. What you got coming up, man? Anything?
If you're talking about video stuff, nothing for sure that I'm aware of. Kind of spontaneous on it at the moment. Been real busy. Other than that, yeah, not much. I think. but I would like to tell everybody to, eat a salad, despite what some of these people say. Your body's your best investment. You could have a bunch of guns and ammo and kit and shit, but if you can't make it around the block, what good is it really? So, you got to stay in shape, folks. So, keep on kicking ass. And we'll see you here next week. As you know, all the people out there tend to have like better luck for some reason when they watch this show. They tend to like grow hair back. They get the girls chasing them. I've heard of 2 inches of growth just from watching 3 episodes in a row. So things happen here, man. So definitely tell your friends and come back. I understand there's some people you don't want to share this secret with. It's understandable, but tell the people that need to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Unless you're Alan, and then you got to keep that shit shaved for whatever reason. I don't know, man. Personally, I could never do it. I just it's not for me. Not for me. Battle Beam, what you got going on, brother?
Nothing. Just enjoying this my old house segment of this chat. It was great. I enjoyed it. Learned some new stuff. That was good. Nothing much here, man. It's just enjoying life. Trying to do some reloading before it gets gets super hot here in Central California. But other than that, man, I appreciate the invite.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, sorry about the whole this whole house segment, but
that's good. I like it, and that's a lot better than other stuff we talked about. So no worries here.
Some of us have hidden talents, so
yeah. I noticed that. I noticed some of you guys are very passionate about painting. I like it.
We get on subject, and sometimes it just kind of goes that route, man. I grew up doing that stuff, man. So I've had a lot of years in it. And I'm blessed I did, because if I didn't grow up with that and with woodworking and all the rest of it, I would have seriously struggled when I came to America.
Yeah, but it's a generational thing, man, because you think about the new generation, how many of those kids can actually say they did what we did when we were kids?
Right, man. And like when I first came here, dude, that's all I did when I first got here. Because I couldn't go get a job. I didn't have my green card yet. I didn't have anything. I was fighting all my paperwork, all the rest of it. So all I did,
you were working like an illegal immigrant. Go ahead with your best self.
I was doing contract work, man. Sitting outside that Home Depot waiting for that job.
That's some funny ass shit.
You do what you got to do, man. Make the money to pay the bills, right?
Absolutely.
Jamie, what you got coming up, brother?
I don't know if I'd have said that, brother. Anyway, thanks for having me. Y'all always brighten my day. It's a great time. I need to do a couple of videos, and I know I won't be able to do them all this week, but one in particular is I installed spring kits on my cowboy action shooting guns, and I've got various brands of primers, as I think we all do. So we need to test and see if those spring kits are going to actually function with those primers. In other words, have I diminished my hammer power to where it will fail to fire? So I'm going to try to get that one done this week. Hopefully it'll be interesting. Some people will watch it. So, but anyway, man, thanks for having me. I hope everybody has a great week, and Lord willing, we'll see y'all next time.
Awesome, man. Look forward to that video. And folks, don't forget to check out Georgia Shooting Connection Friday night as well. With that being said, everyone, I do appreciate y'all out there. There's a rockin' side chat. Thank you all. And stay safe, stay vigilant. And Alan, please, if you would, sir, take us out right.
Oh man, yeah. Thank you for the home chat. I can't say I don't have some of those abilities too, but I definitely haven't done it in an extended long period of time. Thank you, Side Chat, for stopping in on us. The one thing that I'd like to impart onto people that money can buy you happiness. How else do you explain being able to buy beer and motorcycles? With that said, keep them magazines loaded and one in the chamber. Woo!